Welcome to Moose Plays, everyone. I'm the Liquor Moose, and today we will be going over my Week 9 battle for the 8th season of the GPC. This week we are up against Jayson AKA DyeItTight, coach of the Middletown Mantines. Please go check him out. His link will be in the description down below, as well as coaches to all of the rest of the coaches to the GPC this season. So you can check them out and get tons of great draft league content as GPC comes closer and closer to the end and closer to the playoffs. So yeah, as far as the history of this match goes, wow, did the importance of this game really change quickly. I didn't realize how close our division actually was. Basically, even though we got to a horror-awful start in this season, we are pretty much we're the top 3 and 5 team in our division, and both the 3rd and 2nd place teams in our division are 4 and 4, and we are in 4th. And then so 3rd and 2nd are all 4 and 4. So basically, and I know I have better differential than one of them, and I don't remember of the other one. But basically, like, if I can win out and one of those two players slips up, I could potentially still make playoffs. So unfortunately, though, Jayson is also in a similar situation with a little bit worse differential, but he is also sitting in the 3 and 5 bracket. So this is a huge game for both of us to try to win. And yeah, we basically just have to give it our all this match. We both prepped like crazy, I'm sure. But yeah, speaking of the prep, if you want to know specifically what I brought to combat Jayson's team, please go check out my team builder. There will be a link for that in the description down below as well. But for just a quick overview, we have 3 attacks: Megaane with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Hidden Power, Water, and Toxic. We have a Whimsicott with Leftovers, Prankster, Substitute, Moonblast, Defog, and U-Turn. We have a Rock Polish, Calm Mind Landorus with Earth Power and Sludge Wave. We have Specs Exploud. We have Specially Defensive Registeel and Choice Banded 4 attacks Weavile. Looking at the team that Jayson brought to the table, he brought the Tapu Koko, the Vaporeon, the Mega Venusaur, the Arcanine, the Hariyama, and the Rhydon. I was a little surprised to see no Raichu, because I figured the two of them together, basically my team doesn't switch into Electric all that well, so I figured the two of them together would make a lot of sense for this matchup, as Raichu, I don't really have a good way to outspeed Raichu. I would need 2 Rock Polishes on Landorus, or rely on Priority Ice Shard from Weavile. So I was a little surprised to not see the Raichu, also a little surprised to not see the Mandibuzz for my Landorus. However, the rest of the stuff was pretty standard. Like, I know that Mega Venusaur is going to be an absolute pain to take down. The Rhydon is more than likely going to be Spadef, and yeah, the rest of the stuff, I mean, if you want to know the rest, in depth on what Jayson brought, go check out his side of the match, as he does hybrid matches. But yeah, so looking in the lead matchups, Jesus, I decided that if you watch my team builder, I brought my Whimsicott here specifically to counter lead his Excelgor if he brought it. Because if he let Excelgor, then he probably would have Final Gambit, and I would just Prankster sub on it, and then basically the Excelgor would kill itself for absolutely nothing. However, there's no Excelgor here, and Whimsicott does nothing to the rest of this team. As well, I honestly, without the Ditto here, I honestly don't think Landorus is going to do too much in this match either. But yeah, so seeing as those are kind of issues, I actually decided to lead with my Manectric, because I think that he's going to lead with one of 2 options. He's going to lead with Tapu Koko to either Volt Switch or U-Turn out and get momentum on me, or he's going to lead Rhydon to try to counter my Mega Manectric lead and possibly set up rocks. So my choice with that is that I am going to lead Mega Manectric, because if he is Max Spadef Rhydon, then Hidden Power Water still is a guarantee to a KO. And yeah, my plan, if he leads with the Tapu Koko, is actually to stay in base Manectric to be immune to the possible Volt Switch or Thunderbolt or whatever he goes for. If he goes for U-Turn, whatever, because Hidden Power Water in from base Manectric into Hidden Power Water Mega Manectric is still a roll to 2-hit KO, so I'm perfectly fine with risking that roll. As we see here, I do lead with my Manectric, and he does lead with the Rhyhorn. And here I was a little scared. I thought for whatever reason he might be, not for whatever reason. The thought popped up in my mind, that he could be max HP, max attack Adamant, because that still doesn't guarantee Oko. And even with an Intimidate drop, an Earthquake from that would actually has a roll to kill me. But I figured, looking at the rest of this team, other than that Vaporeon, this Manectric really isn't doing much in this match, in my honest opinion. So I'm just going to risk the roll to try to get the damage on this Rhydon. As hopefully to try to take out Rocker, he does stay in, and I go for the Hidden Power Water, and it shows that it is specially defensive, which means that this Earthquake cannot KO me, even though it does come pretty close. So I am just going to fire off the safe Hidden Power Water again as he switches into his Venusaur. Obviously that does nothing. I'm just going to safely Volt Switch here, and not seeing what he wants to do. Like, I figured the Leech Seed was incoming, so I thought about switching into Whimsicott, but then at the same time, he could have just Sludge Bomb to try to kill this thing. So Whimsicott didn't seem the greatest. I thought overall that Registeel would actually be the best switch in here, as I could either resist the offensive move he goes for. If he Leech Seeds whatever, I can just freely get up my rocks, which is exactly what I do here, as we do see that Jayson does click Leech Seed. So once again, I'm just going to set up my rocks, but Jayson goes first, and he actually reveals Curse here, and I thought, oh no, that was a pretty spicy set. I have no idea what this Venusaur wants to do. What I do know is that this Registeel is basically pure setup fodder for this Venusaur, so I am not going to allow him to get to +6, as that thing will hit too hard with whatever move it wants to hit me with. So the only way I can really pressure this is with my X-Cloud, because Specs Boom Burst, assuming he is fully specially defensive, is still a guaranteed 2-hit KO. So that's my plan. I am just going to try to pressure this with my Boom Burst, as he does go for another Curse, and with the Speed Drop I guarantee outspeed, so I do just go for the Boom Burst, and as we can see here, that was an absolute min roll, and he goes for Petal Blizzard. I knew it existed, I just completely forgot about it as well. Petal Blizzard just isn't in the Showdown damage calculator database, and yeah, that made calculating that extremely difficult. However, Jayson was nice enough to point out that you can just enter in Seed Bomb and change the base power from 80 to 90 to calculate the damage. So basically I had to do that the entire time. But yeah, so seeing as this Boom Burst is a clear 2-hit KO here, and I will guarantee outspeed because he has 2 speed drops, I'm just going to click Boom Burst again, as Jayson does here just decides to sack off his Rhydon, as that's also going to be a clean 2-hit KO with Boom Burst, and down goes the Rhydon, which means my Manectric is absolutely free to Volt Switch around, which is fantastic. As we see here, Jayson's going to go into his Tapu Koko. Now here, I need this X-Cloud alive. There's no two ways about it. I absolutely need it alive to basically break through the Mega Venusaur. That thing is way too bulky otherwise. I knew this in prep, and that's why like X-Cloud is here specifically for the Mega Venusaur, so I have to keep this X-Cloud alive. As I'm just going to go into my Registeel here, as it is specially defensive and can pretty well sponge most hits that this Tapu Koko can take, as he goes for what I assume to be his HP Ice, since I have a Landorus. But here he actually goes for the Tapunium Z, which is the Guardian of Alola, which is Nature's Power. As I fire off an Earthquake just to try to get damage, and yeah, that's unfortunate that he packed that, because it was, don't get me wrong, it was a great bring on his part, but it's just unfortunate that my Registeel is not going to be able to sponge hits from this anymore. So I believe, I don't remember what I do here, I'll be honest. I do fire off an Earthquake, because I actually expected him to stay in. I expected him to stay in and attack this Registeel, and basically that would be the end of me. But yeah, I'm just going to fire off an Earthquake here, as Jayson does reveal the Synthesis here, and it kind of hit me. Like, I didn't think about this now, but now all 4 of his moves have been revealed. All he has is Synthesis, Petal Blizzard, Curse, Synthesis. No, sorry, Synthesis, Petal Blizzard, Curse, oh no, Leech Seed, that was the other move. So he really can't do anything to my Whimsicott. However, the problem is I can't do anything. Like, as Whimsicott, I can't do anything to this. Excuse me. As all I can do is U-turn and Moonblast. Because, I mean, I could substitute, but that's not really going to be doing a whole lot. Because he... Basically, what this means is this Venusaur has two things that it can set up on. My Registeel and my Whimsicott. Because I can't do anything back to it, just straight up. So... Seeing as I predict him to either go for Leech Seed or Synthesis here, I can't risk my X-Cloud here because I still think it's too important right now. I can't let him kill it. So my next most expendable member is definitely the Landorus, as I really don't see it doing too much in this match. So I am just going to switch out into my Landorus, as Jayson does go for the Leech Seed here, I believe. Yes. So now, seeing... Basically... We're about to have a setup war here, kids. Well, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to go for Curse, so I go for my Calm Mind, because there's really no other time to click it. And yeah, it basically, if this... I basically am sacking Landorus right here. I really don't see it doing a whole lot of work this match. But yeah, so at +1, if this Vaporeon is just max HP, then I think it does max 90. If it is Spadef, then it will do significantly less. However, if it is Spadef, then Scald can't kill it. Ice Beam is a roll to kill, but I believe it's a roll in my favor to live. So I'm just going to go for the Earth Power because like that's just basically what I have to do. And this does confirm that this Vaporeon is especially defensive. Scald cannot kill. He gets the burn, but that doesn't matter because I died at 2 turns of Leech Seed anyways. So yeah, I'm just gonna fire off the Earth Power, try to either just to kill this, but Jayson does reveal the Protect here, so my Landorus does just go down to the Leech Seed here, as the Vaporeon gets a little bit more health back, but that doesn't matter because this is a really free switch into my Weavile, as 2 knockoffs do kill the Mega Venusaur should he decide to switch into that. The crit on this Vaporeon did not matter since he is especially defensive. It was going to kill anyways, as Jayson does just go into his Arcanine, and I just decide to sack my Whimsicott here because it is doing nothing, and Jayson does go for the safe Flare Blitz, and that crit also did not matter. Even if he had 0 attack investment, it was going to kill anyways, as he reveals the leftovers here. I go into Mega Man Electric. At -1, his extreme speed can't kill here, so I do feel safe for just firing off the Volt Switch and going into... Basically, my plan here was, if for whatever reason I pressure this out and he switches, then I click Volt Switch and just get momentum on whatever comes in. If he stays in, I honestly predict him to just attack what's in front of him, and I'm going to go into my Registeel, as with the amount of health it's at, is by far the most expendable member on my team. So I do just fire off the Volt Switch here, as I don't quite kill him, but I do bring him into a good range, and I do just go into my Registeel like I said I would. But Jayson does reveal the Morning Sun, which heals him up quite a bit, and that's really unfortunate. Now, I believe I fire off the Toxic here. Yes, I do. Because Earthquake wasn't doing a whole lot, even to max HP. I can't talk to max HP. Jeez, Arcanine. So yeah, I decided to go for the Toxic here to try to wear it down that way, and like just basically try to win the long game. He switches out into his Hariyama here. I don't think it's Guts because I have a Weavile on my team. That's the only reason. He basically needed that to be Thick Fat in order to like be a defensive check to my Weavile if I have it. But yeah, so basically, I'm fine with just. I'm still fine with letting my Registeel go down here. However, Jayson does reveal the Belly Drum here with the Citrus Berry. I clicked Iron Head just to try to get some damage off. I had speed investment on this, so I thought there was a chance that I could outspeed this if he just went max HP, max attack. So that's why I tried to go for like kind of... basically, I tried to go for flinches to try to wear down this Hariyama with Toxic. But yeah, so unfortunately, it's faster. I mean, not much I can do about it. But as we see here, the Toxic, that's fine. He goes for the Earthquake. That's going to kill. And the Toxic is going to wear down. So Hariyama only has 1 turn left. And here, I was kind of a dummy. Like, luckily I smartened up. But in this part, I thought a lot about what I wanted to switch in here. Because I thought, oh damn, he has Bullet Punch. I have to sack something. Not realizing that I have Ice Shard on my own Weavile. So I spent like 5 minutes like thinking and analyzing, like, or not 5 minutes, but you know what I mean. Like I spent a long time like analyzing, okay, what's the most expendable member on my team? And then I looked at my Weavile again and I said, wait a second, my Weavile has Ice Shard. So I go to the calc and make sure that through Thick Fat I can, max HP Thick Fat, that I can still KO with Ice Shard, and I can. So luckily, I was only an idiot until I realized I can click a button safely. So I do just click Ice Shard and down goes this Hariyama. But the problem is, since I'm choice locked, I'm not sure if Jayson knows whether I'm choice locked yet or not. But unfortunately, because I'm choice locked here, I can't 2-hit KO this. I can't 2-hit KO this Venusaur with an Ice Shard. So basically, it comes down to mind games here. If he attacks what's in front of him, like if he just attacks my Weavile, I honestly think it's game. Because, well, okay, yeah, I can't tell, unless I get a crit, basically. If he attacks what's in front of me, I do think it might be over, it might not be, but basically, like, my only play here, the only play I can see here, like, with myself winning this game, is I have to hard switch into X-Cloud right now. I basically have to catch him setting up, or to catch him on a synthesis to bring it down to enough HP where Bandit Icicle Crash can kill. So yeah, basically that's like the only way I am going to be able to either pressure this out or just straight up kill it. So I'm going to make that play. However, if Jayson attacks what's in front of him, it's basically game, because there's no way with the two of these that I can break through this Mega Venusaur. It's too bulky. So I hard into X-Cloud, and Jayson goes for the synthesis, and I said, okay, that's fine. I can Boom Burst, and that at least brings it down to a range where Icicle Crash from Weavile is a guaranteed knockout. So X-Cloud, you did your job, and now Weavile can come in and just click Icicle Crash. And I believe Jayson here does just decide to sack his Tapu Koko, which, yes, he does. So this Tapu Koko going to go down. I didn't think Weavile was going to put in this much work in this game, but it's already gotten 3 kills, and that's fantastic. Now, Jayson goes into his Arcanine here and gets the Intimidate. Now, Knockoff can't kill from here, because I think it was a roll to kill without the Intimidate drop. But yeah, basically, what I have to do is, I need Weavile for, like, with the percentage of health that this Weavile is at, with the percentage of health this Mega Venusaur is at, I need Weavile to win this game. I have to click. Luckily enough, with a Rock Switch in, I can kill with Knockoff, so I don't have to risk Icicle Crash misses. But yeah, basically I need to keep Weavile around, and basically what I need to do is get an Intimidate off on this Arcanine to basically make it easier for my Weavile to live whatever attack Jayson's Arcanine goes for. So I'm gonna go and sack. This thing, Mega Manectric. That's it. But yeah, as Jayson does just go for the Will-O-Wisp, and I don't think that was a misplay. I know him and Matt, who I think helped team build with him, like Matt in our league, he's in Division A. I think they helped team build, but yeah, both of them thought that they should have Morning Sun, but I really don't think that would have mattered, because Will-O-Wisp here is a like, I understand why he tried to Will-O-Wisp Weavile. I honestly figured he was just gonna attack what's in front of him. But yeah, because if he Morning Sun here in terrain, Mega Manectric is doing a minimum of 70% to this Arcanine, assuming it's max HP. I haven't attacked it yet, so I don't know, but I'm assuming it's max HP, and if it is, then in terrain, Mega Manectric is doing a minimum of 70%, which means he can't Morning Sun up on it, and actually with the Intimidate drop, Extreme Speed is actually a roll to kill from here. So I really don't think Morning Sun was the play, as then I could come in with Weavile and just guaranteed knockout with Knockoff. But yeah, so he goes for the Will-O-Wisp here, which does bring my Manectric into a range of Extreme Speed. So my Manectric goes down, and I go into my Weavile and hope, basically, that I can A, live a Flare Blitz, or get a crit with Knockoff. I go for the Knockoff. I unfortunately do not get a crit, but with the attack drop, I wasn't guaranteed to live, but only the max roll on this Flare Blitz because he was actually zero investment. He was zero attack investment on Arcanine. Only the max roll could have killed. And yeah, the Arcanine goes down to recoil. Jayson sent out his Venusaur, and Weavile can knock off and kill the Venusaur, and that is going to be GG. Good game, very good game to Jayson. Again, go check him out. Like that game was just fantastic, and it came right down to the wire. And my goodness, Weavile, I did not think you were gonna put in that much work. Like, I thought there was gonna be so many like different circumstances. Like, had he brought the Ditto, I thought Landorus was gonna be the All-Star. And other than that, I honestly thought that X-Cloud was going to be the All-Star in case he brought like Mandibuzz and Kyurem, because those are big pains in the asses. I honestly thought Megaman X was going to do a lot of work too, because other than his Rhydon and his Venusaur, there was really nothing that wanted to switch into, especially terrain boosted Thunderbolt. But yeah, Weavile just proved to be the threat of the match, and I couldn't be happier because after this win, even though I think we're the first Week 9 game in our division to be done, but as of right now, I am sitting in a playoff spot before games are done. If I didn't check the standings, there is no. I guess I'll be up +1. So I think there is a chance that that if Ethan wins, then I'm still ahead of him because of his differential. I think. Basically, I just need to win out, and then the rest is basically up to fate, whether other people can win or lose or not. But yeah, I am definitely going to try my best to try to win out, and yeah, it's going to be awesome, and I really hope that I can make playoffs. Again, GG to Jayson. He played great. Go check him out. As we both get into the final week of the regular season for GPC. Tune in next week. We will be up against Ballistic, coach of the Oregon Golducks. So yeah, keep your eye out on the channel next week for the team builder for that battle. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.